I was gonna do a giveaway to Starbucks, but they messed that up. So let's talk about the Spike Lee movie.
Just go and see the world and just show them what it really means to live life golden. Yeah, we're golden, baby girl, we're golden. They're about to see us shine, cause we're golden. They can't ever break us down, cause we're golden.
Welcome everybody, I'm RJ of the Nerdy Brew, and here on this channel we talk TV, movies, and everything in between, all while drinking a cup of coffee. And if you like one of those things, or all of those things, why don't you consider like, subscribing, and hit that notification bell, and becoming a fellow Brewster. So in today's episode we are discussing the Five Bloods.
The movie stars Chadwick Boseman, Delroy Lindo, Clark Peters, Isaiah Whitlock Jr., Norm Lewis, with Jean Reno, directed by Spike Lee.
So the premise of the movie is about four African American vets of the Vietnam War, and they return to Vietnam to retrieve the body of their corps leader and also retrieve buried gold that they found in the recovery mission from back then. And what they're trying to do is get it from Vietnam, disperse it for their own wealth, and make it back safely. But if they made it back safely, then this wouldn't be a movie. The things that and that's the premise. And the things that I liked about the movie were that the chemistry of the four leads, or the actors that were involved, was very magnetic. They seemed to be very lived-in people that knew each other for years. You can tell that as older gentlemen that they just lived a full life. But when they're returning home, there's a lot of self-discovery that they had to go through. So this movie is basically very much a journey, metaphorically, personally, emotionally, and also actually and literally, while they go through to try to retrieve this gold and the body of their old corps leader. So as the movie progresses, there are a lot of things to take from it, where the movie is 2.5 hours long, and I honestly feel like the movie could have been a tighter movie if it was an hour and a half. There are so many plot points that were essential that moved the story along to the particular beats, but a lot of the movie at some points were disjointed. And it seems like with Spike Lee, sometimes his stuff is hit and miss. Like, when She's Gotta Have It, it seemed like he was firing on all cylinders with that show, with both seasons. Black Klansman, I feel like it was solid and fluent and deserved the accolades that it received. And the movie, I guess Chirac, I felt like he was slipping on that. I was like, I can't really support him with this film, because it was like, yo, you slipping and you're pimping, dog. You know what I'm saying? Get back to what you do. So this movie had really strong, or the Five Bloods had really strong characteristics of Spike Lee, that we know that he had great performances and beautiful visual shots of cinematography that he's known for. So it was really translated well inside the film. The thing is that he did some stuff about a play, in the sense of there were monologues, and there were also just performances where it's two people talking or one person talking, and they were performed to the highest level of like a performance can give. Delroy Lindo has never been better. It was nice to see him and Spike Lee collab after 25 years with Clockers, but he's also great as West Indian Reggie, you know what I mean? And that's the one thing that Spike Lee can do, is make sure that his actors are utilized to their best manner. The thing is, it just really took away from the film. There was a movie, I can't recall the name, but the movie was on Netflix. I'll put an image of it. But it was with Charlie Hunnam and Ben Affleck and Oscar Isaac, and they go into the Mexican jungle trying to retrieve some money and trying to get out. And that movie was faster, tighter, and still have all the character beats and plot points that a movie needs to be enjoyable and efficient. This movie just dragged for a whole hour. The movie's 2.5 hours and the movie just dragged. And I understood what it was trying to do. One thing that I did like about the movie is that he had an opening of different civil rights leaders, of clips through the civil rights movements and how prevalent it was for today. And it's crazy how ironic he did drop that movie, or drop the movie, and he has always been pro-black, and he's always been an activist in his art, and to have his platform, do the right thing, Malcolm X, here, you know what I'm saying, even in Crooklyn, and Clockers, to just bring out, different disparities. But the thing is, here, I feel like that gets lost because they bring that up so much about the discrepancies that happen in Vietnam, and kind of takes away from the narrative of these four men. Even though they are broken, they did go through these things. It just feels like it was it had the overlay of the message, so it got lost. The movie is very violent, but the way that the violence was, it was telling the story. It wasn't overly grotesque. It wasn't gory to be gory. It was just natural along with the story, so I appreciated that. One thing he did throughout the movie, between flashbacks and present day, was change the aspect ratio of the camera work so you could tell, and he would change the gradient where it would be grainy, but then it would become clear HD when it was present day. Once again, Delroy Lindo was fantastic. Clark Peters, he was the heart of the story. He was the one who had a whole lot of sincerity. And honestly, he was the hero or the protagonist that we needed to follow. Delroy Lindo was the antagonist, where he had his own demons, his own hurt, and his own frustrations that he needed to get through. And everything came full circle for him. John Reno is the real villain of the story. He shows up twice, but clearly his hands in the motives of how things go awry is all his plan. Delroy Lindo has a story with his son, a plot point that's involved, so that's a good resolution that goes around. I would love to say that I overly love this movie and feel enthused, but just for me as a viewer, I just felt like that 1 hour chunk, because I feel like there's so many things that and there were certain things that were kind of predictable with these kind of stories. I did love that he gave a lot of homage to further or other crime movies, and also to Apocalypse Now. Those were good additives. So yeah, as I was saying, that 1 hour of time with the movie of them really just wandering and talking, I understood what it was for character development, but you could have just cut down like a half hour from each of those just to make it a more solid, through movie. I enjoyed the resolution. It does have a good ending. There's a lot of dark and violent visual things that happen throughout the movie, but it tells a solid story where they were more like pillars to hold it up, because if they weren't there, this movie would have been totally a waste of time. Spike Lee's signature directing is there. He does seem fluent. I did enjoy the first hour of the movie. I saw the first hour of the movie and was like, yo, we moving along. And then we got to this, I was like, yo, there's still 2 hours left? Like, what is going on? But that's what it ended up being. But whatever. My score for the movie is a 5.2. So, with that being said, I want you to comment below. Let me know what's your favorite Spike Lee film, and tell me, comment below. Tell me that you're a Brewster. I'm trying to get to 150 subscribers and beyond. And if you want to be a part of that giveaway of $15 is straight to you. And I'm going to bring this video to an end. And I want you to be you, do you, see the bigger picture. Have a fantastic day because you deserve it. This is that channel. Peace.